you, Talia, by the way. That was amazing. Fantastic job. Round of applause for Talia, everyone. Very good indeed, very good. Right, before I start, there's a bit of crowd participation for this. So when I do this, you all go, hey! Exactly, yes, nice one. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am a married man. Hey! Not bad. What I want is when you're in a bar and someone's like the barman smashes a glass, you're like, hey! So that's what I want that energy, alright? So, ladies and gentlemen, Jasmine is a married woman! Hey! That's pretty good. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now officially Mr. and Mrs. There we go, thank you. Wasn't the food amazing, by the way? It was very nice. I've been harping on about that lamb for about 2 years. But I just want to get a big old round of applause for the front of house staff and the back of house staff. So, thank you. If you're listening somewhere, down the curtain, whatever, you've done a great job. Thank you. Right then. I want to start with Adele. Where are you, Adele? Where is she? Adele? Oh. Where's she gone? The organiser. Adele? Where's she gone? Right, okay. Anyway, okay. So, first of all, a massive thank you to this wonderful woman, if she turns up. She's made this day run extremely smoothly for Jasmine and myself. She's made me feel very calm about a big day. She's talked it through step by step, ironing it all out and making it magical for the both of us. When we first came to Elmore Court, the first person we literally first met was Adele, and she showed us around this beautiful venue, and she sold it to us perfectly. And we also met the owner of Elmore Court, and we absolutely pleaded with him, didn't we, when we came, and just like, please can we have Adele as our organiser? But yeah, she's just amazing. But it's not just today, she's done an amazing job. We came to a night out here it was last year, something like that, yeah? It's called the Parrot Cage, and there was an act on, and me and Jasmine were chatting about something to do with Sheffield or Yorkshire, and someone overheard us, and they came over for a chat, but during the COVID pandemic, but Adele literally ran over and roughly tackled this girl, didn't she? Literally, she grabbed her by the scruff of her collar and chucked her back to her seat. So, yeah, she's not just an amazing organiser, but she's a bouncer, she's a bodyguard, you name it, this woman could probably protect us for anything. So if anyone is acting up tonight, watch out for Adele. But is she turned up yet? Oh, okay. Anyway, we do have a little gift for her, but when she does arrive, grab the gift. But I want a round of applause for Adele as well. Thank you. As Talia said, unfortunately, both of Jasmine's grandmas couldn't make it today, but they both mean an incredible amount to Jasmine and myself. But luckily, with the power of Zoom, they were able to watch the ceremony, which is really nice. Now to the girls. Benny, Talia, Diana, and Abe. Over the past few years, you guys are the people I've seen more than my actual family and friends. So. Numerous nights watching TV, getting takeaways, especially Curry Paradise, numerous dog walks with the dogs, and taking me on holidays and trips. One holiday that stands out is when you took me to Israel, and I met Jasmine's grandparents for the first time. Luckily, Abe translated my dodgy English, so but I was lucky enough to meet Jasmine's granddad just before he passed away as well, which was really nice. And when I first met Jasmine's grandma and granddad first time, I felt that love that I needed, because I lost both my nanas and grandmas as well, so it was really nice to have that love, basically. Yeah, next page. I'm telling you, the girls are amazing. You've looked after me, spoiled me and treated me as one of your own. Benny and Talia, you guys are like the younger brother and sister I've never had, so thank you. Diana and Abby, you are both incredible. You have taught me so many things. When I moved down here, you were both the people I could physically turn to with any problems. Abby, you've taught me to take an easier approach to life. What happens, happens. Just live a simple life. Don't worry about things. Although I was very, very nervous, if you can remember, when I met you in that coffee shop to ask you for Jasmine's hand in marriage. I was in absolute bits. But luckily, you said yeah. So thank you. Thank God. But with any situation I brought to you, you've just made it so much simpler than it needs to be. You spot things within Jasmine and myself that we don't notice. I think that goes for both Diana and Abby. It's definitely helped me and Jasmine over the past 5 years. To Diana, what a woman, what an absolute woman. I think that fieriness, that drive, that silliness in Jasmine has definitely come from you. When things get tough, you ask for help, you don't shy away from that. You may do both do silly voices when asking for help, but that's what makes you amazing. Even when we're talking about the dogs, the original Mr. and Mrs. The voices we do, although it's not for an audience to hear, it's amazing. Amongst the many things you've both taught me is that nothing is impossible to do. If you want to do it, just go and do it. If you want to learn something, just go and do it. Fancy a trip somewhere, just go. You just look and sound, you make it so easy. When I think about your trips and adventures or things you do, I'm like, yeah, it probably is that easy to do actually. I think that's probably the Ger way of life, isn't it? That's Benny. That's a mixture of both your names, that's a bit weird. Benny, Talia, Diane, Abby and Jasmine. If you want something, just go and get it. Or even if you don't like something, just let go of it. Don't stop and ponder on it. Just think it over and just go and do it. You guys have made Jasmine the woman she is today. That drive, that passion, that close-knit family relationship you have with each other is amazing. But most of all, it's that silliness that I love. So thank you to all for what you've given to me and Jasmine, and will keep giving us in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, the Gers. So Jack, the best man and my brother. The stag do, first of all, was incredible. It was painful, but it was amazing. I think a few of the lads have said what a fantastic job you did organising everything. It's my dad as well, who basically did everything else for us all. So I want a round of applause for my brother and my dad, first of all. For the stag do. I think it all went quite smoothly. Yeah? Nice, alright. But thank you for being a great brother and a role model. You've looked after me when I got upset, when we were little. You taught me how to handle myself in situations. You blame me for stuff you've done, squirting, washing up liquid everywhere, knowing full well you've done it. You ate all the food I didn't want as a kid. Hitting your annoying brother on the chin with a cricket bat. But seriously, try and something and you'll get it. And there's nothing, absolutely nothing you wouldn't do for me. When I fell off my bike and sliced my face open, you made sure the bike was okay first. That's a good and a bad thing, by the way. When people at school would steal my football, you'd bully them back and get it for me. And we played very weird games on holiday, like the Shamoo Show. You'd be a killer whale, and I'd pretend to be the trainer. There's nothing you would do for me. But I've always wanted the things that you had growing up. Being good at football, being good at a job, being cool, being popular, living in some amazing places, the list goes on. During my speech at your wedding, I said the one main thing I wanted that you had was marrying the woman of your dreams. I I think it turns out I spoke about 4 hours early that day. I'll come to how Jasmine and I properly met later. But even when we first started seeing each other, you made sure Jasmine and I were okay. As you just spent 3 years at drama school together, you knew her well enough, and you knew me well enough to hopefully create a match that would one day work out. Hopefully today has been the ideal turnout for you, I imagine.
Fantastic.
Yeah. All right. Did you ever think, after you got married, that me and Jasmine would get married?
Do you want me to answer that?
No comments. But you've definitely set up things to make it easy for me in the long run. You told me to get engaged on Jasmine's birthday. 2 birds, 1 stone. Easy to remember. Easy to remember. When you got married, we first got together. So you and Laura will say how many years you've been married, therefore I know for us how long we've been together. It's easy to remember. And then when I know it's your wedding anniversary, it's exactly a week after for our own wedding anniversary. So here's to being the best brother in the world. To Jack. Mum and Dad, where do I start? I probably could, sorry, still on Jasmine's toes there. I couldn't probably done anything without you. I now know from where Jack and Laura that the second child, I think, is physically a lot easier to look after. I think the phrase you'll be fine, that attitude comes from that. What I've seen from having a second, you know how it works. You know how to handle them. It's fine. Let them play around, they'll be fine. You're not feeling well, take this, you'll be fine. It's just a cup, you'll be fine. Come on, get on with it. But some of the things our mum and dad let us get away with as kids, they let me wander around the living room with my jumper over my face and smash my head open on the corner of the fireplace. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. But I probably more than Jack have been a bit more needy and fussy and awkward. But I'm working on it, I promise. To this day, I'm still working on eating a banana by itself. But seriously, you have both given us the best upbringing anyone could ask for. You've taken us on some amazing holidays, a couple that stand out, going to Florida a couple of times, another holiday, Namibia, amazing. Jack turned that one down, which was even better. So, you definitely put us both first. You put our priorities over yours. You made sure we were okay before you, giving up your own precious time, effort, emotions, earnings, so many things that you've given up to give to me and Jack. You kept us going through difficult times and amazing times. Even when we didn't like something, you keep trying. Right, you don't like swimming? Let's make him play football for Sheffield United, even though we're Sheffield Wednesday fans. You don't like football? Okay, let's try cricket. Okay, not that. Rugby? No, not rugby. Let's try cycling. Perfect. Through every step we've both been through, you've supported us no matter what. You both support each other and where things are. It's probably that sticking together no matter what, through the good times and the bad, has rubbed off in both Jack and myself. Teamwork makes a dream work, right? That example has probably led us to where we are today. Jack and Laura are happily married with the 2 most amazing girls, Amelia and Isabel. And now Jasmine and I are officially married. Yay! Nice one. The journey continues for us, and I certainly hope I can lead in the footsteps of you too. Thank you for everything you've done so far, and will continue to do in the future. Before I finish, I want everyone to know that Mum and Dads know absolutely everything. They move in mysterious ways. I didn't think they did, but they just know when something's right and when something's wrong. One standing out example suits today perfectly, actually. When Jasmine and I first started dating, maybe 6 months or so in, my mum, I remember it very well, we were pulling out the drive, I think I was in my old car, and honest to God, my mum said to me, right, I think me and Dad think you're going to marry Jasmine one day. Honestly, she definitely said that. I was like, whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just see how it goes. Turns out they were right. Mum and Dad, you are dependable, supportive, wonderful in every way. I'm grateful for everything you've done and you will do for me. And that's why my mum and dad are simply the best. So can we raise our glasses once again to my mum and dad. Jasmine and I have been so lucky to have the most support from both sets of parents, and we both want to give a special thank you to both of our mums, and Benny is on it. We've both got you a gift, so slight pause. Oh, while you're there, Benny, could you give Adele her gift as well? Woo! Drink. Right then. Now, to my beautiful wife. All right. Thanks for saying yes, basically. Nice one. Nice one. Right, is there anyone who doesn't know how me and Jasmine met? Anyone? Does anyone not know? Right, Josh. Okay. Good. Right. So, anyway, before I get onto that, I briefly remember meeting Jasmine at Jack's graduation leaving drinks thing. Jasmine was rushing off somewhere. I was like, okay, all right, she's all right. I didn't think anything of it, but fast forward 4 or 5 years on to when Jack and Laura were getting married. We were chatting throughout the day, etc. And then in the evening, boom, nice. The best man, yeah. Jasmine made a move on the best man, but Jack had 2 best men that day. Right, Josh, where are you? Stand up, mate. Stand up. Right, so Josh was the other best man at Jack's wedding, but Josh, I'll hand this to you, mate, over to you, unless you're comfortable without a microphone. Right, pass that to Josh.
Oh, hello everyone, I'm Josh, by the way. It's a nice surprise, isn't it? Lots of people that don't know me, hello. Yeah, so I was also a best man with Ben at Jack and Laura's wedding. Right, okay, I think I know why you've given me the mic. So, yeah, there was an event that happened at that wedding where Finn, who, let me get this right, is Laura's nephew, right? Yeah, little chap. How old will he have been? 6? Okay, got a good memory. Thanks, Josh. Well, round of applause. It works both ways, amazing. Slightly less for me, but that's fine. Let's say, 6 years old, and Finn came running out and was like, oh, I've just seen the girl with red hair kissing the best man behind the curtain. Which, is like a real way moment until, you have a 2 best man scenario. And I'm stood actually with Jack's parents at this point, and Laura's parents, I think. And my parents were there, and Abby, who was my girlfriend at the time. And I'm stood there going, no, I haven't. And Finn's going, yeah, it's the girl with the red hair that's been singing, and it's the best man wearing the blue suit. And I'm like, we're all in blue suits, mate. But you can't get angry at kids, can you? You can't. I did. Anyway, it was awful. I just saw, it was a really lovely day, but slowly, just the whole room, what's been happening? I'm stood there going, this is a nightmare, all the drama, and I still haven't got to kiss Jasmine. This is mental. Anyway, after what transpired, huge arguments between myself and Abby. My parents really disappointed in me. Jack pulling me aside and sort of having a word going, come on, mate, Yeah, like it was a great day for everyone else, but that point really went downhill for me. Turned out it was Ben after all. So well done, Ben. Shall I give you this mic back? I feel like I've just sort of... I mean, I've got loads of material. I've had far too much wine for this. Let's send it back, shall we? That's what happens.
So that's how we and Jasmine met. Now Josh and Abby are happily married. Hey! So after that, me and Jasmine continued chatting. We kept meeting each other up and down the country. As I was living in Newcastle at the time, I lost my job in Newcastle, but maybe, Jasmine, you planned this, but you found a few jobs for me in London. I went down for an interview at one place to work in a doggy daycare. Got that job, and then I moved down to London. Maybe Jasmine's secret plan had started to work. After 6 months of me being in London, we moved in together. Well, I think it's gone pretty well so far, right? Yeah, nice. We moved to St Albans after another 6 months of living in West Hampstead, and here we are now. Not bad. I honestly never really thought I'd get married because I know I'm awkward, I get moody, I'm selfish, I'm a bit closed off. But when I met this beautiful woman, this beautiful human being, it all started to change. It was like a massive weight had been lifted off my shoulders and things just started slotting into place, basically. It was almost like we knew each other for years. I personally feel we didn't really have to be different people around each other. That first week that Talia mentioned, it just felt right, really. And then everything started to change. You have taught me many things that I should have really taught myself, you know. Start to love yourself a bit more. Don't take any shit from anyone. Know your self-worth. It's okay to feel down. It's okay to talk about difficult things. Be open. Be honest with each other. Many things you continue to teach me and will do. But the one thing you should have taught me is just to say thank you and nothing else when given a Valentine's gift worth more than £200. So, let's wind back to Valentine's Day 2017. Still early doors. I wanted to be romantic, but not too full on. I thought, let's go down the comfy route. You know how it is, girls. I bought Jasmine a fitted cotton bed sheet and a furry hot water bottle. That's all right, not bad. Until Jasmine gave me my gift for Valentine's Day, and I opened it up, and it was this cycling jacket worth about 250 quid. Is that right? Was it worth about that much? Yeah, upwards. Wow, crikey, I didn't know that. It was like a soft shell, rainproof, windproof, everything proof, a Rafa jacket. Now, Rafa is a very expensive cycling brand, for those of you who don't know. It's only the pros wear this kind of stuff. And I was like, what the hell? Why have you bought me this? Why? Firstly, why have you spent so much money on it? A cycling jacket, 2 for Valentine's and 3 on me. And I think it's fair to say that Jasmine went ballistic. You go on.
You went ballistic.
No, what? Anyway, Jasmine wasn't happy with my reaction, let's put it that way. So, the moral of the story is, folks, to act surprised and just say thank you. So, it wasn't a great day, I don't think, but I got a posh cycling jacket out of it, so, yeah, nice. I only wear it about 5 times a year, so. Anyway, right. I love what we've got going on. Some might say the perfect match. I know more about music, but you are more musical than I am. I like to think I know how to look after myself, but you know how to care about yourself and us better. You know more about a person in an hour than I do after a year of knowing them. I'm definitely more tidier than you, but you know how to stay organised. I'm more of an outdoor person, you're more of an indoor person. It's that yin and yang type thing. We have our own little language, that we can just grunt or make a face at each other and we just know exactly what we want, right? It's just being weird together that I love about us. We don't have to be anybody else. I think we've both struggled growing up really with our unique kind of ways. If we fit in or not, what people might think about us, how people might react to our weirdness, or do they find the same things funny as us, or are we socially awkward? I'm sure it works both ways in the fact that we both found someone equally as weird, and we don't have to pretend anymore. It's just right. So we are watching a series at the minute, and Guy Garvey from Elbow has wrote a few songs for this series, and there's this one lyric that I love and stands out perfectly. I think it sums us up. That lyric is, "And by some little miracle, I'm just your cup of tea." So, Jasmine, thank you for everything you've taught me, will teach me, you've looked after me, and will look after me, hopefully. You've guided me, you've inspired me, you've given me the butterflies every morning when I see you. Thank you for being silly with me. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you for making me a better man. Thank you for saying yes today. But mostly, thank you for being weird with me. So, ladies and gentlemen, can you please stand up and raise your glasses nice and high to the most beautiful, attractive, gorgeous, insanely amazing in every way, strong, generous, kind, patient. There's many, many more things that you are. And honestly, how wonderful life is now that you're in the world. To Jasmine!